Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Now, today's review is for the new movie by DC Comics and Warner Brothers, AQUAMAN. This movie had the tall task of climbing the elevator from all elements. For one, it was one of the weakest, wackest superheroes of all time. The Saturday morning cartoon, the weekly day cartooning syndication, AQUAMAN was whacked. His uniform was whack, his powers were whack. Never liked Aquaman, ever, riding seahorses. Now, the other task it had was to follow up after Justice League's failure. I liked Man of Steel a little bit. I really did like Batman v Superman. Now, the theatrical version is not as good as the other version on DVD, but it has some good elements. But the one thing about Justice League I did like was Aquaman's portrayal. He was cool. He was a roughneck, kind of grungy and tough. It needed a makeover for Aquaman, and they did it right. Zack Snyder did do a lot of good things. Unfortunately, it ended badly. But the overall movie of Justice League was not good. You can tell you had two directors fighting each other, just trying to fix each other's mistakes. It was a mess. They never should have released it. They should have pushed it back a year and fixed it. So here we are with Aquaman. What Aquaman is doing is providing damage control. It's trying to rebuild the image of DC and Warner Brothers with one movie. And it did it successfully. It's much, much better than Justice League. People will like it better than Batman v Superman because it's colorful. It's vibrant. It's a whole different world. It's a lot funnier than the last couple of DC movies, and that's what DC needed was a remake, a makeover. Because Wonder Woman did well, and then Justice League kind of pushed him back again into the dark times. So going forward, Aquaman did the right thing, and DC and Warner Brothers did an even better thing. They got the great director, James Wan. He's out of this world with horror and different elements, but he brought something that no other director could have brought to Aquaman. He made him viable. He made the world livable, made it more interesting. So that was the first part. Surrounded him by a great cast. I mean, they got some heavy hitters in this movie. But the star of the movie is James Wan and Jason Momoa. Don't be mistaken. The surrounding cast was great. Those two gentlemen save the DC franchise alone. It's not a perfect film, but then again, what film is? It's enjoyable. You will laugh. The action is kick-ass. The storyline is great. It's an origin story, so it's kind of long, kind of winded. But then again, what origin movie isn't? They're always a little bit longer than they should be, but you get the gist of it. Either you love the character at the end of the movie or you don't. This movie succeeded on all notes. Going forward, DC has two more movies to ride the ship with Shazam and Wonder Woman 84. If those two do well following this Aquaman movie, DC is back on tracks. But this is a fun film, squashbuckler, comical, kick-ass, beautiful characters in this movie and a world that you want to learn more about. It was fun. One of the most fun times I had this winter at the theater. So Aquaman is definitely worth spending those monies. It did the job. DC, applaud yourself. You did well, but you still got some working out to do to keep things going on this track, because if you're trying to march Marvel for movie, you're about 8 years behind. Don't even try to do that. Just keep what you have in your warehouse and make the best movies you can, because DC got some really rich properties, and Aquaman wasn't one of them, but now it is, because Aquaman is actually cool. I'm happy for him. But yo, spend those monies, enjoy your weekend, and as always, yo, it's just my point of view.